Hey guys, I'm trying to do this properly, but it is... Okay. So today's video, we're doing a live for a Q&A. I wanted to just make this video in landscape mode, but I already started it in portrait, so we have to make it in portrait mode, which is not my go-to. It's like, okay. Bear with me while I just adjust this. Okay. Okay, so today we're talking about building an actual health routine, and I'm answering some of you guys' questions. So I have questions already saved from comments and my Instagram, but I also want to do like questions live as well. So if you guys have any questions, then just comment them and then I can just answer them live as well. Okay. Okay, so the first question I have, and I think is a good topic to touch on, is from Supermar 10 Galaxy Bro. I don't know if I should say all the usernames or not. This is my first kind of Q&A, or should I keep them anonymous? I think maybe I'll keep them anonymous. So this viewer said, aside from watching this video, what are some other little steps we can take to be more ourselves? Or how can we tap into and discover what our authentic self is? Okay. So how can we tap into being our most authentic self? How do we discover, like, what are steps we can take to be more of ourselves? What you can start by doing is evaluate what you're doing currently and just see, does it make you feel good before you do it, during while you're doing it, and after while you're doing it. So if you currently, if you are currently doing something, like let's say you're in like a certain activity, like you're doing a certain sport and you enjoy doing it, your friends are all doing it, where everyone else is kind of influencing you. Hi. Everyone else is kind of influencing you to do it. And then afterwards, you don't really feel as aligned. Like, this isn't really aligned with your purpose. This isn't really aligned with your goals. That is kind of a way of reevaluating what you should be doing or what is actually meant for you. Italia. I'm actually half Italian. Hi. Say Amsha. Hi, Amsha. Yeah, so that's what one step you can take to be more authentic, is just reevaluate the things you're doing in your day. Does this actually align with my goals, my future self, the version that I am now compared to the version that I want to become? That's what I would say. And figure out what you actually like. So quiet all the noise from around you. Don't have any kind of surrounding noise and just be with yourself. Spend a day with yourself. Thank you so much. You're so pretty. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Amsha. I think you just want me to say your username, but thank you. Okay. Yeah, just spending a day with yourself. Spending your day like almost as if you're on a date, but you're on a date with yourself, and do everything that you would personally want to do. And figure that out. Like test things out. Like, you may not know if you really enjoy something unless you do it and you try it without the noise of other people and without the noise of social media and even just music, any influences, like media in general, any type of like anything with on your device. So even watching movies, TV shows, music, that's all has an influence, because they're all having like an opinion, they're all having like a voice, and they're all saying like their feelings and emotions, and that's kind of clouding your judgment of what you want So when you just spend time alone, you end up figuring out what you actually enjoy. You get to figure yourself out, your purpose. So I hope that answers your question when you do see this. And tapping into your authentic self, to touch on that question, it's the same idea. So just spending time with yourself, discovering what you actually enjoy doing, and doing that more. If you guys, like I said before at the start of this video, guys, if you have any questions live, I can also answer those as well. Just type questions out and then I can answer those. And I have a list of questions that I have. I'm also going to do that one. I don't know how long this video is going to be, or this live is going to be. And then there was also a continuation from this user. Like, they also said, what would be the first step on that journey? So spending time with yourself would be to answer that question. Or how do you know when you found your authentic self? Are you seeking a feeling or sensation, or is it more logical than that? Okay. The feeling is, what do you feel when you're doing this task? Like, do you feel at peace? Does it feel like time can just fly by and you're in like the zone? So some people genuinely feel like a sense of peace when they're just like painting a picture. So you're discovering your authentic self. Your authentic self wants to be creative. It wants to put some outputs out there. Just reading some of the comments. Thank you. I'm trying to show love around the earth so that there is world peace. I love that. Thank you. You gotta always show love. Honestly, showing love is the best. I try to always compliment people and, you know, be the best kindest human that you can possibly be, because there's already enough hatred and negativity in the world. Okay, so how do you know? Yeah, so I think that all answers that question. You're feeling, I would say it's a feeling and sensation rather than logical. Logical is kind of like, oh, well, I should be doing this, rather than like, I want to be doing this. Like, I should be. There's a difference between feeling and sensation versus like a logical thing. Logical thing, sometimes you don't understand something, but it's actually good for you. So you should just continue doing it and the knowledge will come in later on. This comes with like people that, like, say there's some things that you just need to do. Like, you just need to eat your vegetables. Sometimes when you're little, you just don't understand why, but you just should be doing them. There's things that are in life that you don't understand, but you should just do them in a certain way. So that's the logical part of it. But the feeling and the sensation part of it is like, you can apply that in different places. So if you're going to school for something that your parents want you to do, but you don't want to do, think about it in a logical way, where it's like, you can think about it like, okay, if you think about it in a logical way, you're thinking of it as, okay, I should do this because this is what everyone wants me to do. But if you feel like this isn't actually your true purpose, your true calling, and if you embark on something else, another journey, and what's it called? When you embark, oh, sorry, I'm reading the comments and getting distracted. But if you embark on your journey and you feel like more connected to that, and that's the feeling, the sensation that you're gonna get that feeling and sensation of happiness and alignment and peace when you're on your purpose, when you're on your mission, when you're on your path to self-development and personal development. So that, hopefully that answers that full question in full. Okay. The next question that I have, and I think this is also a really good topic, is, if my fear is to be alone, should I practice being alone? So this was from my video on solitude and fear. I think it was either my fear or solitude video. And the reason that I said like, kind of whatever your fear is, you should run towards, because that's what's going to help you transform the most. So yeah, so if your fear is being alone, you shouldn't just surround yourself with so many things that you never feel that sense of loneliness, because you're never facing the actual fear, right? You're never facing the true problem, which is your feeling of aloneness, like your fear of being alone. The whole point of conquering a fear and to face it and to like go head first in it is so that you can actually move through it. You're going through it, not just like just at the tip, right? You're already like, this is like this like black hole of fear. You have to enter the black hole and then go out the other side. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Hello. Oh, okay, I cannot read that. So going into like fear, yeah, so going into fear with, my name is Karina. I think I should wait for, okay, let me just go back to this. So, yeah, practice being alone. How can you practice being alone? It doesn't mean like take away all like social interaction and just be alone, but practice being alone means like doing things that you usually are scared to do with others. I mean, by yourself, by yourself. Like, so actually like doing things that you need other people around you to do. Like, say like you really need people to go with you to the mall. Like, you can't go shopping by yourself. Okay? Practice being alone means you're going to go do that task by yourself. What mascara do I use? That's so funny. The one I use right now, I have to think of it. I think it's like called XXL or something. I forgot. I'll search it up. But honestly, it's actually good. That's why I'm even mentioning it, because I usually just use any random mascara. And this one actually is good. I think it's, I don't know which one it is. I just searched up, I think it might be no, it can't be YSL. Or maybe, I don't know. I have the small version. I have a small one, so I can't really know like what it is, but I can go grab it. And then the blush I'm using is Anastasia, like the 3 palette. Okay. So guys, does that make sense? I don't know if anyone's even paying attention to the answers I'm giving, but going back to that. So I'm looking at my laptop. Okay. What do? I'm a health coach and I make videos on YouTube about health, self-development, lifestyle. So today was supposed to be about me answering questions about health. But obviously, like, I'm not gonna not answer your questions if you just have random questions. And I do coaching. So right now I'm doing group coaching and I do individual coaching. So one-on-one, and it's all digital online sessions. So it's just like either like you can do it once a week, every other week. You can just buy like a 6 package or a 12 package, or just do the group coaching package. Group coaching right now is like honestly the most economical. If you guys are not willing to invest too much and you want to do group coaching, you can just sign up on my website, and we're starting it like in the next week or two. And it's going to be on Wednesdays, and it's just going to be 1 hour of coaching. So we're just going to go through like transformation, like how to upgrade yourself, upgrade your health. Yeah, so abundantindigo.com is my website, and you guys can find it there. So basically my username, Abundant Indigo, and it's in my description as well, like even the bio in my YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the next question is, were you always pretty aware and awake, or was there a specific incident or series of incidents that helped you become more awake. So I wouldn't say that I am just awake. I would say that I'm definitely more awoken than a lot of people that I feel are, I guess you can say, more like asleep during this generation. But there's still so much to learn, and in the vast universe, I know nothing. And I would say, like, just seeing that my life was not getting better and I needed to do something. I need to step in, take some action steps. That is basically what helped me to start all this and create this channel. And I even posted a TikTok about it today. Just kind of like the journey of why I started health coaching and why I got certified as a health coach. It was all just to help people. And my life, I wanted it to be centered around health and healthy lifestyle. That's even what we're going to talk about in this video, is building up a healthy health routine, just like a more bulletproof health routine. Because a lot of the time people put healthy habits in place or healthy goals for your health, and then it's not actually like a routine, you know? Yeah, you can just find that on the website, the prices and stuff, because I don't know if it's going to show you the Canadian prices or the US. I don't know what. Oh. Yeah. Okay, now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, I've just struggled a lot with anxiety, depression, and I just wanted to really dive into health and in general. Health is such a multifaceted discipline. Like, there's a million different things you can do for your health, and a lot of people that think they're healthy, they're actually not very healthy. So it's a very wide and complex thing, but once you have the right guide or the right teacher, and you can start to progress your health in the right direction. Okay. The next question is about fasting, and I feel like we can now start to dive into the health routine with fasting, because fasting is a pretty big topic and I love talking about fasting. So if you are a man, you can fast kind of at any time. And if you are a woman, you should be fasting specifically around the follicular phase. So not in your luteal phase, not when you're menstruating. Like kind of follicular to ovulation, you can be fasting in those times. More so in your ovulation is the best time because you have the most energy. So never fast, and like don't do any intermittent fasting or put any stress, because that's putting stress on your body. So don't put any stress on your body in times where you need the most rest. So in your luteal phase, you want to have like your full amounts of sleep. You want to have at least 8 hours of sleep a night, every single night. And I've talked about this in multiple videos before in the past. Like, sleep is so important, guys. Make your sleep routine like just how you would like for your, I don't know, your dental routine or your, like, it's like a hygiene routine. So you have to make sure that everything is good. Like everything is good. Like it's dark. It's kind of on the cooler side. So kind of turn that AC up, or don't turn your heat up as high. Okay. Have like something like kind of a noise. If you need like a noise to sleep, like you can have like a fan going, or you can have your air purifier or your what's it called, diffuser. I was looking at my diffuser wondering what it's called. Just something to kind of steady it and just make it kind of as soon as you hear this or you see this routine, then you know it's time for sleep, and your body is like prepping for relaxation. And you're making sure that you're not looking at your phone when you're about to sleep. You're making sure that you're not watching anything like any movies or television, like any shows that is too stimulating or too stressful. So prioritize just relaxation, and there should be nothing that's like too stressful or stimulating, or just like, high stress things. Like if you're watching a show that's like too exciting, it's like too exciting on your nervous system, that's a no. So just making sure you put in place like the measures that you want to have so you can get the best sleep. Sleep 8 hours, okay? That's like the best. When you have the most energy, and when you're most ready and available, then you can do your fasting. You can do just more things in the day. You can get more stuff done. So more stuff on your to-do list. Just syncing things up with your cycle is way better than exhausting yourself and having the same expectations for yourself every single day. Just monitoring your like customizing your expectations for yourself based on where you are in your cycle. This is specifically advice for women, okay? So to answer this specific question from, I think it's Alex, is how long should fasting last? Fasting should last, it depends what you're fasting from. So I think you're specifically talking about just like the food. I think you're talking about like food, water, but you can fast from anything for, we'll talk on all the topics. Fasting from food and water, if you're doing a dry fast, I wouldn't suggest going over 2 days without like supervision or healthcare practitioner help or some type of like healthcare, some type of like guidance, you know what I mean? Sometimes like professional guidance you really need in those situations. But doing a dry fast for 2 days is a really good way to just reset the body, put yourself into autophagy, cleanse out some stuff. And then when you break your fasts, you want to always have light things. So never break your fast with like a big piece of steak or something. I'm pretty sure most people know that, but this is just like just to confirm with you guys. You want to break it with like, first of all, electrolytes. So some water, some like Celtic salt, sea salt, and then you just want to drink that. And then you can start to consume either like light things. So like either like a tea. If you're not doing a dry fast, then you would already be drinking tea and electrolytes. If you're doing the dry fast, you're doing that. And then you're going to have like some fruits or some juices and then some fruits. Like you want to start out very, very easy, simple, and then go into vegetables, then go into like something a little bit more heavy, and then you can progress your way all the way to a steak if you want. So that's specifically for dry fast. What, like people that are just doing a fast in general, like they want to do a dopamine detox, they're fasting from their phones, they're fasting from like social media. Let's say they deleted the apps, social media apps. How long should you be doing that for? That specifically depends on how you're feeling during it. So if it takes you 1 day and you're already feeling like, okay, I'm really good, like I'm energized, I'm already like, I'm doing everything, I'm being productive, then keep that going, keep that cycle going until you feel like, okay, it's time for a period of rest, it's time for a period of like, not rest, like rest can still be while you're being productive, but it's time for like, I can now like put my work away, like it's time for kind of play. Okay, then you can kind of go back to that. So some people may do like a dopamine detox for like 3 months straight. They may do it for like, I wouldn't do an entire year. But when you're really serious about something, like do it for at least a month. So like maybe 30 days of like no social media, flush it out, like just have your brain on no social media, like have that dopamine detox. So that's what I would do specifically for fasting from things not food. So the not food fasting, which you can do in like many different ways. So yeah, guys, so you just want to customize your fasting routine to what is like the most harmful to you. So if you feel like, okay, I spend way too much time on social media, then do the social media. If you feel like, okay, I'm eating way too much sugar, it's like it's like genuinely draining me. It's feeling like it's making my body feel sluggish. It's not good. I'm having like either symptoms of candida or something like that, then stop eating sugar, like having kind of like a fast from sugar for like maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, like do the full month if you can, and just take a break from that. Just like replace it with some good herbal teas. That would be a fast you can do. That's still, you can still consume your social media, you can still like whatever, but just fast from something. Like it's good to just fast from something and keep that consistency. And then when you have that sense, like that's the sense of accomplishment that helps with confidence and all that stuff. So, and I always talk about the sense of accomplishment. So if you stick to your word, you don't betray your word, that's you being consistent. And consistency is what you need for confidence and self-worth and self-love, because you see like, okay, I actually love myself, I actually stick to my word, I'm actually there for myself. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to go into going to take a break and just go into things that just basically building your health routine. So how to build an actual bulletproof health routine is have a good base. So a base means that even on your worst days, you're still doing these bare minimums. That's the basis of a good health routine, is that it's kind of like just like when you wake up every morning, no matter how you feel, you brush your teeth. Even if you feel sick, you brush your teeth. That's kind of like the hygiene of your basic, your bare minimum. Now let's try to upgrade that and do better. How can you upgrade that and do better? Well, let's say you have like a bare minimum, or in your health routine, it's like a certain number of steps. Let's say it's like a base of like 3,000 steps no matter what. Or let's say even if you're feeling really low, depressed, it's like 2,000 steps a day. Some people get like 5,000 steps easy. Some people it takes a while and it's just like really hard. It's just something they're not used to doing. So if that's the case, just customize it to your routine. Customize it best for yourself. Okay, hope that makes sense. I'm just gonna read a little. Okay, and just to answer you guys' question, for the group coaching, I only know the Canadian price because I haven't translated it into the American price, but the Canadian price for my group coaching is $199, and so basically $200, and you get 6 weeks of group coaching. So we would be in a container and online, and then it's like 1 hour a week, and we're just gonna help you level up, go through any limiting beliefs, help you structure goals, help you build a health routine. Okay, so another step into building a health routine is, and just like healthy habits, is actually having one type of physical activity every single day. So either like you can say like a certain amount of minutes, or you can say like a certain number of something. So like either like saying like at least 5 minutes of blah 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 stretching. Okay, 5 minutes of stretching a day. It's completely doable no matter where you live, like where you are. Just stand in one spot. It doesn't matter like how small your house is. You can stand in one spot and do some stretches, lift your arms up. Okay, we'll go into that 1 second. Yeah, so just having like a base routine. I think you're talking about fasting with this one. So for those of you who have a problem with the mitral valve in their heart, does it cause any serious problems? Like, so if it does fasting cause any serious? So with you, I would specifically, for the condition that you're saying, you wouldn't want to do any dry fasts, especially without any supervision. I would simply just do like a simple fast of like, you can do like a liquid fast where you are just consuming liquid. So that's like teas and cold pressed juices. So you would get like a few juices from your local like health food store or juice company, juice bar, and then you're just gonna drink those. You're just gonna drink those, and that's gonna be your day. So no solid foods. It's just gonna be like more like cleansing, light foods. You can put some, like, I don't know what you'd want to put in there. Some people do like a protein shake or something like that, but fasting from specific foods. So if you're trying to clean something out, so let's say you have fibroids, let's say you have cysts, then you'd want to do more fruit and vegetable based, so more like plant-based fast. So maybe you're fasting from just meat, dairy, and eggs for a few months. You can do it like that, or you can do just like 1 day of just like what I said, like the liquid fast. So that's the type of fast I would do for someone that has heart problems or any like cardiac problems. And obviously making sure that you have their proper electrolytes. So, but not too much electrolytes, have like a good light balance. So that means never drinking an entire liter of water without any electrolytes. So sometimes people are trying to like consume so much water, and they're just drinking like an entire like bottle. I have like a water bottle over there, but an entire bottle of water in one sitting. And that's so hard on your kidneys because you have a certain concentration of solutes and solvent, like, they get into the chemistry of it, but you have a certain concentration of things and you can't throw it off. So every time that you're going to drink a lot of water, you have to make sure there's something in there. A little bit of sea salt in there, at least a little bit of sea salt. just something so that it's not just plain water. Never drink like distilled water because there's no minerals in there. It's just going to be too hard on the body. It's too hard on the stomach, on your kidneys, all that. Okay. And that actually goes to another question was, what do chronic headaches mean? So chronic headaches could mean a number of things. Usually it's deficiencies. Like it could be anything, honestly. There's like tension that causes headaches, stress, lots of different things. So the best thing is to get a lot of tests done, which is annoying. Who wants to do any tests? But minerals are the main thing you want to replenish on if you have chronic headaches. And anything that's just like very good, rich in minerals. So like a good Celtic salt or some sea moss or any like type of like kelps and stuff like that has a lot of like electrolytes, and sea minerals and stuff. You can even do like a multi-mineral complex type of like vitamin or mineral. But again, guys, I'm not again, I didn't say it this video, but I usually have it in my description of videos, is I'm not a healthcare, like I'm not a doctor, okay? I am a health coach, but so definitely this is just things that I've tried and have worked for people that I've given advice to in the past, but don't, like, always check with your healthcare practitioner before implementing these. Okay. Oh. Hello. Hello, everybody that's here right now or who's just joined. Basically today's in a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions related to health, leveling up, self-development, self-help, all those categories, I'm just answering questions and also talking about building a health routine. So we just talked about kind of just increasing your baseline of what you do for yourself. So if your baseline is even on your worst days, you're doing just your brushing your teeth, now you're going to increase it to something else. So on your worst days, you are making sure that you're going to take a walk, you're going to do some stretches, you're going to have time for mindfulness, you're going to go to the gym, like whatever it is for you. Make sure that your baseline is more than just survival, it's thriving. That's the goal. We never want to just be in survival. We want to be in the thriving, the mode of thriving. We want to be better. We never want to just be just there, right? There's so much more potential that we have as limitless human beings. So always strive for more. Always just bring yourself higher. Do more. See what you're capable of. Like just test it out. Try it out. Just test it out. Like literally go to the gym and see. Like I'm usually at the gym for like an hour, but how can I do 2 hours? Can I push myself harder? See what you're capable of, and then have a baseline that at least 30 minutes a day. At least 30 minutes. If I don't want to go to the gym, at least I go there for 30 minutes. Now you're at the gym 30 minutes. Well, now you've driven all the way here. I don't want to stay at the gym just for 30 minutes and go home. Now let me do an hour. So when you tell yourself a bare minimum, a baseline, it's gonna help you bring you higher and higher, because at least you're already doing something. So even if you want to stop, even if it's like, okay, it's just not my day, okay, at least you've done the bare minimum, the base. This is your non-negotiables. But if you feel like, okay, I can do more, now you're on the momentum. And now you can just do more for yourself and more for yourself. But you'll never know if you can do more if you don't, sorry, I'm reading a question. You'll never know what you can do and if you can do more if you don't just do the bare minimum, the base. So like sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood to go do a workout. Okay, I'm not in the mood. But once I do like 10 like glute bridges, then I'm like, okay, I can do the rest. I can do the full workout. Let's just throw the workout on. Okay, so the next one is, hello, my fiance is 20 years. She is 166 centimeters. I'm like the height, weight 62 kilograms. Give me tips to improve her body. Okay, this is more so for her if she wants to improve her body. So there's definitely things I would always say, if you feel like you need to improve your partner, you need to improve yourself first. So always look for what you can do yourself to improve yourself before you improve any person that you're with. Even if this comes to physical aspects or if this comes to emotional aspects, like a lot of people are expecting their partner to be emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, patient, kind, communicative, but they themselves are not meeting those standards themselves. So always look at yourself first and think, am I a match for who I want? Or am I a match for my partner? Am I personally improving myself? If you want your partner to like work out and be healthy, specifically for like health reasons, then show them what that health routine would look like on yourself. So you go to the gym, you work out, you take care of yourself, and by example, they will start to learn on how to take care of themselves and how to be healthier. Because a lot of the time, yeah, like sometimes you do have family members or partner that is not, I can't read this writing. I wonder if I can translate it. Okay, I don't know. I think I don't know if you can rewrite that in English. But okay, so going back into this, if you have a partner that specific, like let's say, oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. If you have a family member, a lot of times the family member that you're just like, I wish they took care of themselves a little bit more, and not in a way where like you need them to lose weight or you need them to whatever. Like it's about just you want them to be healthier. Always be that person first. Be that guide first. You show them what it looks like to be healthy. You show them what it looks like to take care of yourself. So then it's like an example, like, okay, well now I've seen like what it looks like for whatever. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Does that answer your question? Let me know if that answers your question. Hopefully that clears something, gives you a little bit more clarity. Or you can explain a little bit more. It's up to you. But yeah, just think about if someone's trying to convince you of something. Let's say they're trying to convince you to eat this like ice cream sandwich. Oh, let's forget ice cream sandwich. Let's say try this new food. This new type of food that you're just not used to, okay? Is it better, and do you feel better when they're just forcing it for you? Like they're just like, try it. Try this new food. Rather than them just eating the food in front of you and them looking like they really enjoy it. Like, oh my gosh, they enjoy it so much. They're just looking like they really want it. They want more. They want seconds. Now you're going to want to try it more than if they just force it to you. So be the example you want others to be. If you want to set an example for your little brother or your little sister, be that example. You cannot just go up to them and tell them, do this and this and this. Nobody wants to be told what to do. No one wants to be told what to do. They want to discover it themselves. They want to choose it themselves. They want that sense of autonomy. So empower people, and have that sense of autonomy by being that person, being that guide, that lead. Okay. The next question is, how can I improve my concentration? Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading. Okay, so improving your concentration. Okay, before I read the other ones, let's just do improving your concentration. So a lot of the times with your concentration, why you're not having, it goes back to the just need to detox your dopamine. Like if you wake up in the morning and you are scrolling on your phone, you're needing your phone to kind of stimulate you. You're needing your phone to give you that sense of dopamine. Thank you. Okay, so see first what is giving you a sense of dopamine. So if you know it's like things are just negative, not good for your health. So eating like junk food is giving you a sense of dopamine. It's like making you feel you're going into like the wrong senses and just consuming the wrong medias and scrolling, just things that are just like more fast content. Improving your concentration means cutting those things out or doing the things that you want to get done first. So when you first wake up, the first thing you should do is the hardest thing, the task that requires the most attention, the most focus. Don't distract yourself. Don't consume anything. Don't scroll. Don't watch anything. Don't listen to any music, because that is also a form of dopamine, and you don't want to like stimulate your dopamine with that. You want to stimulate dopamine with the accomplishment of the goal that you wanted to do. So the concentration with this specific task. So you're concentrating on a specific task, do that, finish it. Now you've got a dopamine sense, like a sense of dopamine from completing this task before you can do anything else. Okay. Okay. So that's concentration. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can mention for concentration. Well, obviously the there's the obvious, which is eliminate distractions. So while you're trying to get something done, make sure that you don't have any distractions. You're zeroed in. So your desk is clear. Okay? There's nothing there. There's not like papers that need to be done. This needs to be done. Focus on a task completely. Give your all into a task. If you need to do like writing this essay, let's say you have to write an essay, that's the easiest kind of task that I came up with. Make sure that you don't have anything else on your mind. So if you have other things on your mind, write it down and get it in another room. So let's say you're doing your essay and you just can't focus because you're thinking about, well, I have to do this as well, and this is happening, and I feel upset about this situation that happened with my friend. Write it down and think, okay, I'm going to think about this, but later. Okay? Now it's out of your mind. Now you can focus. That's eliminating distractions, physical distractions and then mental distractions. Physical distractions, like I just said, clear the desk. Make sure there's nothing there. It's just the task that you're working on. Anything that's distracting you, physical things on the like any items that are distracting you, move it out of the way. Just move it into the other room. Make sure this area is fully for concentration, and make sure that you're not hearing. There's not like sound clutter as well. So you're not hearing like people talking over there, or someone is playing like a movie over there, or your family member is talking like or playing the like sometimes a lot of the times I hear the news going on because my mom likes to play the news, and just drowning that out with a sound. So you can play study music where it just drowns out the sound. You're taking away the sound clutter, you're taking away your physical clutter, taking away the mental clutter because you wrote out everything you need to focus on for later. You need to think about this, but later. Okay? So next question is, can you give me an example from your own life? What problem did you have and how did you solve it? Okay, it sounds like a job interview. Oh wait, let me go back to this one. So are multiple tasks a kind of distraction? Multiple tasks. Yes, like as in like a multiple tasks are on your mind. Okay, there's another question that we're also going back to. Okay, so I'll let you answer that one if you know what I'm talking about. So multiple tasks, like the mental clutter. So if you are thinking that, okay, I have to get this done, I have to get this done, then you're not fully focused in this one task. You're not giving it your all. You have to be able to give your all in this, okay? That's the whole point of concentration. You're not concentrated if you're giving this 50%, because you have 50% of your mind focused on the other tasks you're going to do after this one. So separate it. Just focus on this one. Fully give your all to this one task. That's what I mean by mental clutter. Okay, so going back to the other one, so I was already an example to her and she started to eat healthy and do workout, but I want her to maintain that by herself because currently I'm in a different country. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, so you were an example. That's a good point. There's not that much you can do to force someone to do something. So you can't make someone do something. I can't kind of give you a spell, right? It's just not in our nature. That's not the good thing to do. You can't make someone do anything they don't want to do. The only thing you can do is kind of motivate them and guide them to do that thing. So asking them why don't they want to do that? Just kind of uncovering the reasons for their inability to go in this direction of taking care of themselves and their health. Eating healthy, doing workouts, this is these are good things to do yourself so then it shows others. Like you said, you were doing that, but you currently in a different country, when you do talk to her, or when you do have like, whenever you do have communication with her, just like uncovering like what's happening. Like, is she feeling sad? Is she feeling like, why does she not want to feel this? Like, where's the motivation? Where's the discipline? Like, just uncovering what is the reason. There's always something deeper under the surface. So uncovering what that is. And being patient. Being patient. Sometimes people are just in a dark time in their life. And they just need accountability, gentle accountability. And they just want some support and guidance. Like, just remember this quote of, when someone is drowning, it is not the time to teach them how to swim. So when someone is in the worst time of their life, it's not the time to just be like, this is how you get out of it. Like, go, blah, 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 go to the gym. Blah, blah, blah. Like, help them. Be there for them. Be an ear for them. Make them feel less alone. So whatever she's going through, just be there for them. I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, guys, this is at 46 minutes. So let me know if you guys have any additional questions. Okay, perfect. Got it. So I hope that helps. And okay. So, okay, going into the last kind of points I want to say on this Q&A is like what I was saying about building a health routine and having the self-love. Like, building a health routine is self-love. You're showing yourself love because you're actually caring for yourself. You're putting time into yourself. You didn't describe yourself in your memory. In my memory, an example from my own life. Okay, so you're asking me what problem did I have and how did I solve it? Or what problem? An example of a problem I've had. Okay. So a problem I've had in the past was not feeling motivation to work out. Just feeling like this lazy, just wanting to lay down all day, and this inability, like just inaction, procrastination, laziness. And how I've overcome it is what I'm teaching you guys. I am an example for you guys and my clients, my viewers. Like, I put the action steps in place. So this is what it is, like doing the bare minimum for yourself. I'll get to your question one second. Okay, so doing the bare minimum for yourself, just knowing that you're gonna do 10 squats, going back to that example. Okay, you're doing 10 squats. Now you're already doing 10 squats. Okay, you can do more. You're already there. You're already on the mat. The worst and the hardest part is beginning and starting. So if you're going to tell yourself the only thing you're going to do is go into the kitchen and get out the ingredients, that's the only thing you're going to do. Get out the ingredients. And if you don't want to cook, you can put them all back. Okay, well, now you've gotten out all the ingredients. Now, like, you're going to have to start. You're just going to start. So just doing the hardest task, forcing yourself to do the hardest task. This is where the discipline comes in. And the self-love. Self-love is knowing that you deserve better. You deserve to take care of yourself. That's what I've implemented, and that's how I've helped myself. And I genuinely do work out every single day. Every single day. If I don't work out in the morning, I'm working out in the evening, midday. Either one. There's something I'm doing that's physically active. If I'm not doing a physical workout, like a muscle resistance workout, I'm doing a walk. And if I'm not doing a walk, I'm doing some stretches. There's something I'm doing that's moving, that's physical activity every single day. That's the bare minimum for me, that I have to do it. I just have to do it. And if I'm not doing that, I'm walking up and down my stairs, getting this, like, some type of workout in, squeezing the muscles. Like, I'm acknowledging that I have to do some movement, some type of movement. That's what it is. That's how to beat procrastination, is just start. Just start. Because I want you to be so scared of the opposite, of not starting, not having any progress. I want you to scare yourself into that. Like, scare yourself into starting. Think about, what is it going to look like if I don't do anything? If I don't progress, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't do those goals I wanted to do, what is it going to look like for me in 10 years? How does it feel within you to think about yourself in 10 years from now if you haven't done anything, if you haven't progressed, if you haven't done the goals you wanted to do? Genuinely think about it. Like, close your eyes and think about this. How does it feel to know that you haven't done any work? It should feel really scary. 10 years of your life can just fly by. And to feel and to like sense like how it would feel if you did nothing, it's not going to feel good. Okay? Okay, so the last question, I'm not going to stand here for that much longer, but when I start a new task, I can't carry on. What is your solution? Please. So is this task like a new hobby or a new kind of like adventure, like venture out of yours? Or you're just saying like a new task of the day? So like you're starting a new task. So first clarify like what you mean by that. So I can't carry on. Yeah, like you can't carry on, like you can't focus. Or you're not consistent, like you're not sticking to it. Like say you have a workout plan, you didn't stick to it. Is that what you mean? Okay, so going on to the next one is, what about positive motives? Do you have any experience? Positive motives, what do you mean by that? I don't know the task of the day. Okay, so moving back to that one. So just a new task of the day. So you finished your first task, or you finished like just starting a new task. Like, you mean you can't carry on? Like you can't focus on the task? We're going back to like the focusing. So eliminating the distractions like I mentioned. Is that what you mean? Did that answer your question, or do you have further, like, share your exact scenario so I can better help you? Because it's kind of hard to help in this, like, with too much of a general statement. Okay. Another thing for building your health routine is, I don't know if this is too niche down, and I could talk about another, I'm definitely going to make a whole video about this, but is essentialism. So sometimes your health routine, or you get too overwhelmed by everything that you see online, and you want to do everything at once. So you want to do like the cold plunge, the cold shower, like the sauna, the red light, the skincare routine, the body care routine, the everything, like too many things at once, where there's an essentialism routine. Essentialism is not about minimalism. There's a difference between minimalism and essentialism. Minimalism is you're just minimal with everything that you own. Everything you own is basically just minimal. Then there's essentialism. Essentialism is so much more, you can applicable to everything. If you are focused on the essentials, so what you actually need to help you the best, get that down first. So that also ties into your health routine and your bare minimum for yourself, the non-negotiables. Make sure that you have a base of essentials that you do for yourself. So just essentials in general. Essentialism is just like focusing on certain goals, certain health aspects that matter the most to you. So some people are just focused on like martial arts. That's their sport, that's their like mode of physical activity, and that's what works for them. That's what makes them feel good. And then their time of quiet and solitude and mindfulness is reading. Okay, that could be their two modes where they just feel the best. That's their recharging. It doesn't have to look Like, it doesn't have to be this like super long routine. They don't have to do journaling just because I say so, or because other people are gonna help. Like, it's helping other people. Like, they just do their essentials of what works for them, and that's what's good. And then if they want better and they want to do something else, or they want to feel more recharged and they feel like that's not gonna work for them, they can add from there. But essentialism is just doing the essentials, or not just doing the essentials, but just having the essentials, owning the essentials. Making things more simple, like having that routine in your day that's more simple. You don't need to overconsume all these types of things. Can just consume the essentials. If you're watching, like, I don't know, so like even just your followers or who you follow on social media, like you're constantly following, like there's so many people that you're following, just follow the essential accounts that actually help you feel better and help bring you up. Okay. Moving on to this. Okay, so the task of the day, my main was that I can't stick to that. So that's what you mean by concentration. Like, you can't stick to one task, you move to the next task. So with this specific problem, like I want you to tell me, like, from what I've mentioned already, like taking away the physical clutter, the sound clutter, the mental clutter. What about that still hasn't answered the question? Because first I would try that. So literally try it. Like, if you're doing a task, just focus on that task. Make sure you're not thinking of anything else. If you're thinking of something else, it means you haven't done the steps that I've mentioned. So physically write out, like, have a type of like to-do list journal where you're writing out. You're writing like, okay, I have to do this as well. I have to do this. I have to do this. Now that's somewhere else. You don't have to think about it. It's not on your mind. Whatever's on your mind, write it down. Write it down so that if it comes up again, like, say, okay, you've already cleared those tasks, now something else is coming up, something about a relationship something about that's not working out, write it down. Say, okay, I'm having a problem with blah, 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 and I'm not happy with this situation that's happening. Okay, write it down and just like get it out. So your brain is empty. Your brain is free to focus. That is like it's the most simple, straightforward guide is clear the way, clear the path. There's so many different distractions you can have. Clear the distractions. Clear the distractions and make it easier and easier for you to do the task. Figure out what is distracting you. Sometimes you don't even know what's distracting you. You're just like, oh, why can't I do this task? Well, figure out what is distracting you. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helped you. I think I'm gonna end the live there. I think I've talked a lot, and yeah, guys. So if you guys are interested, I would highly suggest doing the group coaching. Group coaching is so good, and it's a good way to have access to accountability, support, and guidance without having to invest more in the one-on-one sessions. So try it out, guys. Do the group coaching. Just go to my website, abundantindigo.com. My username. It's in my bio. Click my bio, and you can put it on like that. Okay, and we'll see you in the group coaching containers. I'm gonna go now, guys. Yeah, build that health routine, take care of yourself, and start one step at a time. It all starts with very small steps. Just increase what you do for yourself every single day, and prioritize your health. Prioritize your well-being. How do you feel? Ask yourself, how do I feel on a scale of 1 to 10? What is my mood? If your mood is like a 5 or a 4, how can I bring it to a 6? Starting small. Just the small things. Maybe just one walk around the path near you, or a little hike, or just walk around the neighborhood. Walk to the store instead of driving to the store. Maybe that's going to bring you to a 6. You're going to feel more clear-headed. Okay, guys? Any last final questions? Okay, I think that's all. So, and we're basically ending this at exactly an hour. I will see you guys in another, I'll go live again. Oh, do you have any information about mental imagery? I don't know what you mean by that. Give it a more detailed visualization. Do you mean visualization, like the exercise of visualizing, like picturing what you want for yourself or picturing your dream life? That's kind of visualization. I don't know if that's what you mean by mental imagery. But visualization is another thing you can add to your health routine. Just having a period where maybe you can do it once a quarter, where you have a whole meditation of you just sit, visualize your best future self. What does that look like? What does it feel like? What are you doing? What do you dress like? What do you talk like? I do this with a lot of my clients as well. And just feel what that feels like. And then think about, how can I get there? How can I get there? Be that person. That's visualization. Visualize yourself in that end goal. What's the biggest accomplishment you can do for your, like, what is the biggest things that you have, the biggest goals you have? Picture that. Picture that embodied and become that. Visualize it. Really visualize it. Don't just think like, okay, well, I want to do that. I want to do that. Just picture yourself in that goal. Picture yourself driving that car that you really want. Picture yourself in that dream relationship with that person that's perfect for you. Picture all of that stuff. Visualize it deeply. I think that's what you mean by that question. Yeah, visualization is very helpful. I've done it, and I do it with my clients as well. So it's definitely a helpful tool for you to even feel what you want. Sometimes you don't know what you want enough until you visualize it. What does it look like? Picture it. Just think, close your eyes, like maybe after this live, or you can even do it right now. Just think, like, what does it look like? What does the future you look like? What does like your dream self look like? Not the version that you think that you're gonna be. Like, okay, if I keep doing this path, I'm gonna look like this. I'm just not gonna feel as good at this age. No, picture like, what do I actually want? What do I actually want for myself? Picture that. Put on some music, like put on some nice, like not music, but no lyrics type of sounds. Put them in your ears, block out everything else, and do this visualization exercise. Okay? I'm gonna end it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live. Subscribe to my channel. We're gonna be posting this a lot. Like, I'm gonna be doing lives more often and answering questions, and then yeah, but I'm just happy I finally did this Q&A, because this has been like on my list, but I wanted to do this in specifically horizontal mode, but we had to do it in portrait mode because I already started it in horizontal. Okay, so landscape. Okay, guys, have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.